this one.
Towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer. ConnecTogether creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, ConnecTogether, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative, our Tuesday Community Support Group, where space is provided to share your personal journey with disability or simply listen to others in a safe and inclusive environment. Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey. Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson. Friday Rotating Dance Classes, hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff. Additionally, starting in April, we're bringing back our Wednesday creative writing classes, running from 2 to 3 p.m. and hosted by Emily Gillespie. And other initiatives, including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growable program and our Perspective series. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at ConnecTogether Society. The Abilities Expo is back in 2022. The Abilities Expo is ConnecTogether Society's flagship event, bringing together exhibitors, vendors, resources, guest speakers, and more to further enrich the disability community's well-being and connectedness. Join us on May 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Roundhouse Community Centre in Vancouver, BC, to reconnect with your community in person. Tickets are available now at connectra.org/abilitiesexpo.
Okay, you can start.
Did I open?
Such a crybaby. Tears of joy. So welcome everyone to an adapted seated yoga practice. And what else to say? I am so
Their hair is so long.
Yeah. So excited to, excited to be sharing this wonderful practice of yoga with you. So I always like to honor my teachers, and occasionally I might mention kind of, some bit of my training. I've had many great teachers through the years. But I like to think of yoga as India's gift to the West. And so I'll be adapted for Westerners. And so an invitation to get whatever it is you need to set yourself up comfortably for your yoga practice. And so today I will be teaching shoulder openers using a yoga strap. If you have a scarf, might be a turban, whatever you can use that you're able to reach up to the sky with. And so you might have a yoga strap with loops on it. Maybe you have a yoga bunny. I have a yoga bunny. A yoga bunny that can help guide the movements. And so if you don't have a strap, so so your yoga buddy would be guiding, not doing the work for you. And just a side note, Kosser, one of my students, Sheila, was saying that she was having difficulty signing on and anticipating that she'll show up shortly. And so yoga strap. We will be doing some movements in the spine, the forward bends, side bends. So if you know that balance is a challenge for you, make sure that you have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And other than that, if yoga wasn't fun, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. So roll your shoulders back and down.
Oh. Oh.
Relax your arms by your side or on your lap, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to soften your gaze. So maybe gazing downward. So let's ground through our sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our Buddha belly is soft. Lengthen up through your spine. Tuck your chin in slightly. So chin is level with the floor, tucked in slightly. Then from here, I'd like to invite you to take your hands to your heart center, your chest. So it might be open palm, maybe palms together. Take a moment, notice if this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance. And so if it makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. So a suggestion might be your Buddha belly. So a gentle reminder, we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. And so let's lift our heart to our hands, bow our head to our heart. And an invitation to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. So setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga class for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then as you're ready, release your arms by your sides and then shake your hands vigorously. So wiggly fidgets. So shaking your hands vigorously feels uncomfortable, doesn't feel right, it might even hurt. Soften the wiggling, right? This is your yoga practice. You are the world-class expert on your own body. And let's reach up to the sky as high as feels comfortable for you. And let's say good morning to our ancestors. And then hinging from the hips, come forward a little. So Uncle George, my dog Bubbles. And then reaching up one more time, up to the sky. And so I had a woman in my class for a few years, and she lived to be well over 100. And she said, I feel like my ancestors are waving back. And then just like you're shaking water off your hands, allow your hands to float down by your side. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. And then an invitation to rest your hands on your lap. So I am just checking a message from one of our students. Okay, so we'll get it later. Okay. So Kassar, I don't know if you can send out an invite to Sheila. She's one of the regulars. If that works for you. And so let's repose. Ground through your feet. Center and ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Nature. We tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. If you'd like, you could do a little bum dance or shift from side to side. Pull the buttock flesh away from your sits bones. Our spine is long, shoulders are back and down. Chin level with the floor, lift up through the crown of your head. And from here, let's transition into mindful movement. As ready, reach your arm up to the sky, as high as feels comfortable for you. And then slowly float your arm down. Same side, 2 more times, reaching up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Adding a gentle breath to the movement on inhale, reaching up, full length of your inhale. On exhale, release your arm down, full length of your exhale. Relax both arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs, and we'll begin the movement on the other side. As ready, reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Gentle movement, reaching up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Relax both arms down by your side. This time, if you'd like, and it's available to you, reaching both arms up to the sky. So it is not about forcing one limb to do what the other is doing. We want them talking to each other. Take a look between your palms and notice if they're facing each other, and then return your gaze on the horizon. Fold your fingers in, pressed into the palms of your hands, or maybe placing your hands on the back of your head. And together, we can shout out, I am. I can. And I can lip read, so I know you're shouting it out, but I can't hear you. And I will. And with this sigh of relief, and we'll shake out again. Woohoo. Okay. And so, gentle warm up for our neck. And so I don't know anyone on the planet that doesn't have tightness in their neck and shoulders. So let's begin. Bring your chin gently towards your chest. Allow the weight of your head to give you a nice stretch at the back of your neck. And then on inhale, maybe look up slightly. So maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And so moving our head up and down gently. A few more times. And then as ready, bring your head back to neutral. And then bring your ear towards your shoulder. Pause. And then I'd like to invite you to move your chin. Notice how it feels. Move your chin up and down slightly. Is your belly still soft? Breath is quiet. Move your head back to neutral. And then bring your head towards your opposite ear. Maybe a gentle nod or visualizing, moving your chin up and down slightly. If it feels good, you could just stay, press your hand on the side of your head, creating resistance if you'd like. Bring your head back to neutral. As ready, turn your gaze, looking just past your shoulder. And then moving from side to side. And then bringing our head back to neutral. So we've warmed up our cervical spine, and so let's move down along the spine with a cat and cow movement. So I'd like to invite you to draw your hands in towards your hips. Lift your heart, your throat. And then on an exhale, sliding your hands towards your knees, pardon me, round your back. So this is a cat piece. Meow. Yes. On inhale, arch. And so you might notice that sliding our hands along our thighs towards our hips and our knees can help with our proprioceptive awareness. And so knowing where our body is in relation to space. And finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to neutral spine. As ready, release your arms down by your side and then reaching towards the floor. Reach your hand towards the floor, moving from side to side. Hold on to the side of the chair for stability, if you find that helpful. And so you might imagine that you are between two panes of glass, or shoulder stacked over a shoulder. So our Buddha belly is soft, breath is quiet. As ready, come back to neutral spine. Rest your hands on your lap. And notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. So moving on, let's come into a gentle twist. Moving from side to side. We are not going to our full range of motion. Slowly come on back to neutral spine. Release your arms by your side. Rest your hands, arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And take a moment to let your belly soften. Your breath is quiet. So with our hands resting on our thighs, I'd like to invite you to bring your chin level with the floor. Eyes are closed softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. And so allow your facial muscles to soften and release. Our attention moves inward. Notice, how's your breath? Place one hand on your Buddha belly. And maybe noticing that as we inhale, things expand. On exhale, things contract. On inhale, our belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Place your other hand on your chest. And see if you can notice the pattern of movement of your breath between your upper torso and your belly. If you'd like to add a gentle rocking movement to your breathing exercise, this can help relax us, essentially. And so see if you can begin to extend your breath. So deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. If at any point you notice that your mind wanders off, gets distracted, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. And now see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. You might imagine if you have a fur baby, that you're petting your fur baby. Or you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. And see if you can bring that same softness to areas of your body that you are holding stress or tension. Our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. And just for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable, keeping this simple breathing exercise flowing. So I'd like to encourage you to keep this breath awareness and simple breathing, soft, smooth breath throughout your practice. And then when you're ready, relax your hands on your lap, palm up or down as desired. Drop your chin towards your chest. And gradually blink your eyes open. We are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. So I've been told that my voice is like a drug sometimes. So yeah, if you happen to fall asleep in your yoga practice, it is not rocket science. It means that you are tired. tired. I'm lisping a little bit. I'm there's some tooth stuff going on. But anyway, so if it seems like I'm shouting, I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Okay, so enough chatter. Roll your shoulders back and down. Just a few times. Belly is soft, spine is long. Chin level with the floor, lift up through the crown of your head. And from here, I'd like to invite you to reach your arm up. This time, we're just going to bring our arm up. Explore in line with your shoulder. Notice how that feels. So if it doesn't feel right or it's too intense, explore backing off a little. So I feel good with my arm a little bit lower than my shoulder today. Then turn your palm face up and palm face down. Notice which feels better for you. And then if you'd like, turn your palm face up and then extend your arm away from you. And bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. So other side, we're going to be flowing from side to side. Reach your arm up to your place. Turn your palm face up. Soft bend in your elbow, nothing rigid. Extend your arm away from you. Bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. So this time I'd like to add a neck movement to it if it feels okay for your neck. So we bring our arm out to the side. If you want to turn your gaze past your middle finger, that is a choice. Otherwise, suggestion that you keep your gaze straight ahead. And so here we go. Reaching up, turn your palm face up. So gaze is forward, or maybe as we bring our arm out to the side, gazing past your middle finger. Bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. As ready, other side, reaching up, spiral your palm open, extend your arm, gazing past your middle finger. Let's meet back at center, palm face down, release. So I'd like to add another piece. And so some of you who've been coming to the classes for a while know that I like to play with sound as a way to minimize pain. And so from my perspective, anything that affects our body affects our mind. Whatever affects our mind affects our body. And so the sound, and I know I'm singing to the choir when I say sound has a vibration. And so feel free to sound or not. I just want to listen. And so let's begin again. So same movements, but adding the sound. So straight ahead, palm face up. Extend your arm away from you, making the sound shh, shh. Bring your arm back, center, palm face down, release. So I'm told that the sound shh can help with spasms. I have an intention tremor, certainly it helps with that. So here we go again. Other side, reach up, turn your palm face up, exhale, shh. Bring your arm back, center, palm face down, release. Relax your arms down by your side, rest your hands on your knees or thighs, palm up or down as desired. And take a moment to notice how's your breath. Our old friend, our breath. Notice any subtle sensations. Trust that the sensations are there. So it's not going to be a rocket ship across the sky. And then moving on, arms by your side. So wiggly fidgets, maybe throw a little bum dance in there if you want. Shaking your hands vigorously if that feels okay for you. And reaching up to the sky. Then hinging forward from the hips a little. Woohoo! Good afternoon. And then one more time, reaching up to the sky. And just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms float down by your side. So our belly is soft, breath is quiet. Rest your hands, palm up or down as desired. Take a moment, maybe notice which feels better, resting your palms face up, or does it feel better to rest your palms face down? If you are feeling restless, scattered today, resting our palms face down can encourage a grounding sensation. So that is one of the yoga toys you can put in your yoga toy box, if you'd like, when you're feeling restless, scattered, palms face down. If you're feeling tired, an invitation to explore resting your palms face up, open to receive. Okay. And so now I'd like to share a practice with you called sun breath. And so sun breath, not sun salutation, sun breath is a meditation on the heart. So we'll be adding arm movements, linking our breath with our movements. So a gentle heart opener. And so place your hands on your Buddha belly, or maybe it feels better to have your hands at your heart center. So it could be palms together, open. On inhale, extend your arms up and away. So arms are as high as low feels comfortable for you. So I feel comfortable with my arms a little lower than my shoulders today. And then making a soft fist, draw your hands back to your heart center or to your Buddha belly. And so an invitation to keep this gentle heart opener flowing in your own time and rhythm. And so if you'd like, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. That's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. So this time, if you'd like, making a bumblebee sound, a humming sound. So it's like you're humming the letter M. Inhale. One more time, you might notice that the sound lengthens our exhale. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to maybe feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And relax your arms by your side and do a little shake out. So wiggly fidgets. And so I was reminded this week that themes work quite well in the classes, and of course it's part of my training. And so today I'm going to do my best to introduce that into the class. And so today's theme would be neck and shoulders. And of course we're going to move through this, the movements of the spine, and we're not going to ignore any part of our body. And so that said, for some of you that might have joined us a little later, at the beginning of the class, I suggested you have a yoga strap, a necktie, whatever works for you that you're able to hold on to. And we're going to be doing shoulder openers. So if you have one, great. If not, still, the arm movements without works just fine. So here we go. Let's repose. And we're not going to use the strap quite yet. I'm going to put it on my lap so I don't forget, however. And I made sure it was orange so I could see it. Anyway, so shoulders back and down just a few times. Belly is soft, breath is quiet. And then from here, just again, this just in before we transition into more shoulder warm up in preparation for shoulder openers, I'd like to share a practice with you called lion's breath. And so when we inhale through our nose, it acts like a filter. When we exhale through our mouth, it can help to release toxins. And so lion's breath is an inhale through your nose unless you're congested. So of course, breathe in whatever way you can. And then the exhale is an exhale. Tongue comes out on your chin as far as you can, eyes roll up, and you imagine that feline, that lion. And I know there's some lions out there. I think there's a little bit of lion in all of us. So one of my mentors, she's the right combination of a lion and a lamb. So that's part of my inspiration for this. So here we go. Our belly's soft, breath is quiet. We're sitting up comfortably, effortlessly up in our chair. And so here we go. Inhale. Maybe draw your hands in towards your hips if you'd like. And exhale. And let's do this 2 more times. So inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale, lion's breath. Exhale. And release. All right. So, grab a hold of whatever it is that you have available to you if you'd like for shoulder openers using a strap. I know some of you have terror bands, sticks, all that wonderful stuff. So whatever you have at home that you can use. And then sitting up comfortably, effortlessly upright. So make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor, on your footrest. You may want to or not, if you're in an electric chair, you might want to turn it on. Up to you. So here we go. On inhale, pressing against the strap. Reach your arms up to your place. And then slowly release. So if it's comfortable for you, I'd like you to take whatever you have up to your shoulders. I'm just going to deconstruct this a little bit. So if you can hold it, the width, whatever you're holding, the width of your shoulders, notice how that feels. And then when you're ready, relax your arms down. And then as ready, reach your arms up to the sky, pressing against the belt. And then slowly come out of the pose. And so let's practice one more time. Reaching up to the sky as you're ready. Maybe see if you can create a little half smile, like a little Buddha smile. And then slowly float your arms down. Take a moment, notice any subtle sensations. How's your breath? So let's do one more pose using the yoga strap. Quasi or not, it's all good. This time I'd like you to bring your hands a bit wider. So we're gonna reach up to the sky, lengthening our spine, and then we're gonna come into a side bend. So make sure you're stable in your chair, have whatever it is that you need. And here we go. Reaching up to the sky, pressing against the belt, lengthen, and then side bend. Inhale, come on back, center, lengthen, creating space in your spine, and then bend to the other side. Inhale, come back, center, and release. And you can set your strap aside if you want. And then a little shake out. And come on, seated back in your chair comfortably. And then I'd like to invite you to just let your arms hang out by your side. And maybe notice what happens when we do that in our body. And so essentially what is going on, probably for most of us, is this hanging out, which we rarely allow ourselves to do, I think, a lot of us, allows our shoulders to move away from our ears. And most of us, me included, by the end of the day, shoulders are up around our ears, and I'll exaggerate this. Chest is collapsed, and you can imagine how hard this is on our lungs, our heart, neck, etc. So anyway, let's wiggly fidgets again. Woohoo! So moving on, so find that just right place for you. Ground through your feet, centering ground through the soles of your feet. Sits bones are sharp on the chair. Our spine is long, shoulders are back and down. Chin is level with the floor, tucked in slightly. Lift up through the crown of your head. As ready, draw your hands in towards your hips, and let's come into a practice that I like to call finding our balance. And so, hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. So we're not seeing how far we can go. We just go to that just right amount of effort and ease. So it might be helpful, if possible, to slide your feet forward some to track your knees over your ankles, and then rock back up. And so in your own time and rhythm, I'd like to invite you to keep this gentle rocking movement flowing. Noticing that sometimes when you come into a forward fold, our chin wants to jut up. So see if you can tuck your chin in slightly. And so I don't know what the weather is doing in your neck of the woods, but it is hailing here on the Sunshine Coast in Half Moon Bay. So yoga meets us right where we are. And slowly come on back up to a neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side. Rest your hands on your lap. And let your belly soften. Breath is quiet. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to relax your arms by your side. And as if you're reaching to pick something up, moving from side to side. So if it works for you, you can imagine that you're between two panes of glass. So shoulder stacked over shoulder. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. Rest your hands on your lap. Take a moment. And then if possible, I'd like to invite you to walk your feet out so that your feet are a little wider than outer hip bone distance. So if that's possible, and so it's okay to toes turned out a little. However, see if you can bring your knees so they're tracking over your ankles. So you might have something between your thighs that keeps that lovely alignment. You might notice that if your feet are out too wide, your knees track inwards. If you're narrow, the knees want to splay out. So whatever works for you. You might have, sometimes I like to use a yoga strap around my knees, which I'll do now. And place a block or a bolster. So you might have the block. If you happen to have a blue block, I have one. So I know I have a friend who has an electric chair and she has a pummel that helps with that alignment. So whatever works. So finding our balance. So Matthew Sanford, who I studied with, who teaches yoga teachers how to teach yoga to people living with a disability. One of the things that I heard him say, and I don't know, I wouldn't quote me. I think it is an exact quote, but sometimes I back talk words. So anyways, what I heard, balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. Worth repeating, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so with that in mind, hinging from the hips, let's rock forward and back, chin tucked in slightly. So move in your own time and rhythm. soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. Then come on back up to a neutral spine. And if it's available to you would like, circle your heart forward and then circle back. This movement can feel a little bit strange, so I encourage you to move with your breath in your own time and rhythm. As you begin to feel your lower back and your hips soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So of course, we're not bringing our shoulders all the way down to our knees. And then as ready, reverse the direction. So bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. Bring your awareness to the space beside you. Notice how that feels. Bring your awareness to the space above you. And an invitation to especially bring your awareness to the space behind you. And to trust that we are being supported. And slowly make your way back to your neutral spine. Toe heel back in, knees hip distance apart again. If you rest your arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. Notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. So an invitation to come seated comfortably back in your chair in preparation for a short guided meditation and your final relaxation. So get whatever you need to set yourself up comfortably. So make sure that you have a blanket, probably fine, and you're gonna start cooling down. It depends where you are in the country. We're fast becoming a global community, so where you are in the world. And feel free to adjust your lighting as well if you'd like. And I'm gonna place a blanket underneath my feet. I generally have one close by. And so I'm gonna exit left just for half a minute. Actually, I can place this lovely cushion here as well. So a little bit of weight on our thighs can encourage grounding sensation, and I'm told that it can help with fatigue. So a weight doesn't work for everyone, but feel free to grab something. And so this is what I found quickly. And so I know we're all busy, we have amazing lives, so I don't want to keep you any longer than need be. And I'm going to place this pillow on my lap. So let's roll our shoulders back and down. And just a few times. So we're not scrunching our shoulder blades together. We are allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. Close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. If you are wearing eyeglasses and you feel you'd like to remove them, go for it. Rest your hands, palms face up or down as desired. Soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Soft palms, quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows, wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, say let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing our hands on our Buddha belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. And without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body. Thank your body again. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you'd like. And come on up seated comfortably to finish your yoga practice. Thank you. Notice how you feel before and after your yoga practice. Questions or feedback, I always love to hear from you. And so that said, have a wonderful long weekend. However you choose to celebrate it. And yeah, I'll just turn it over to my lovely tech host, Kassar. And I'm going to move in a little closer.
Yeah, there's nothing in the chat so far. So.
Nothing in the chat. Okay.
Bobbie, it's Kim. I'm sorry for being a bit late. So I gather there's no session on Friday because it's Good Friday.
Oh. Thank you for me. Yes.
Bobbie,
Yes.
there's no icons at the bottom, so I can't tell whether my mic is on or not. Usually there's a little strip across the bottom of the screen that shows me what the status of everything is.
I don't have a strip. my
Yeah, if
iPad.
you move the mouse, it will come up if you take it down.
Okay.
Thank you, Bobbie. Thank you, Connectra.
Thank you, Bobbie and
Welcome.
Connectra. And Mary, I will get back to you. Thanks for joining. Mary's joined our other group with doing other activities. Nice. Everyone's always, so I will get. Thank you.
So Janet, did you hear Kausar's?
I didn't hear what he said.
If
Okay,
you move your mouse cursor at the bottom, it will just pop up.
Oh, there. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So Mary,
Yes,
I heard no class tomorrow.
I did.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Bye, everyone. Love you.
Bye. Thank you, Bobbie. Thank you, Connectra.
Welcome.
Mercedes. All right, then. Kausar, you've done
Okay,
your
I'll end
job.
the call then.
Fine. Have a
Bye,
good-
thank you.
I'll see you next week.
Sure.